Okay, hi everybody. My name is Martin. I'm from Wikimedia UK. Wikimedia brought you popular websites such as Wikipedia and Wikidata and Wikiversity and so on. Sites that are free in the sense of free software. Not just you don't have to pay to access them, but that they can be reused by anyone for any purpose, as long as you credit where you got it from. What Wikimedia fundamentally is this project. Give every person in the world the ability to freely share in the sum of all knowledge. And notice the active verb. It's not that everybody should receive or everybody should consume knowledge, everybody should freely share in the sum of all knowledge. And it's being active in Wikipedia, that's where the real educational opportunity is. You could sort of absorb information by reading it, but if you actually get involved in the process, actually get involved in proving it, what skills are you going to develop or nurture? Well, you'll be researching, you'll be finding reliable sources, you'll be evaluating, you'll be summarising, rephrasing, restructuring, deciding what's important, using your evaluation of different information to decide what counts as knowledge, what should people know. Then there's copy editing and all the getting proper grammar, looking for factually correct phrasing. Then there's all the collaborating with people maybe on the other side of the world, maybe having to give feedback tactfully to someone, maybe having to take constructive feedback on your own work from a complete stranger. So those all sound like useful things that we want to develop in a society in which so many jobs involve processing and managing knowledge. And this opportunity, so the opportunity to actually get involved in Wikipedia and improve it and learn a subject or learn these skills by so doing, that's an opportunity open to anyone inside formal education or out. In formal education, I often hear that the dream is, like the gold standard is, learners as producers. This is a phrase I come across, that ideally it should be about co-creating learning, that the learners and the teachers work together to co-create. And this is what Wikipedia assignments offer. Instead of we have the course and we have the syllabus, I'm going to work through the course or work through the textbook and you've got to absorb as much as possible. In this module, we're going to write the textbook. We're going to write a textbook for this subject, and it's going to progress from notes and drafts, and then we're going to review each other. We're going to have review, editorial feedback. You've got to act on that feedback to make changes. And it's not an exercise. It's not something we're hypothetically doing. This is actually going to be published and online and part of Wikipedia, part of the knowledge that the other learners will consult to learn about this topic. So one of the articles I've written is about this exercise, and this is, heard about this being used in schools in Namibia, but it could be used in lots of levels. Just trying to put one sentence in Wikipedia, a neutrally phrased, accurate sentence with a citation of an appropriate, reliable source. Just trying to get that, use that for a classroom discussion of what counts as a reliable source. Why do I have to cite? Why don't I just link? Why don't I just use this thing I found as Google? Why isn't that good enough? There's all sorts of issues you can explore with that, and that's done at school level. What's done more at university level is taking over individual groups, taking a Wikipedia article and improving it to a higher standard. So one article can be a kind of ecosystem of different educational activities, because an educational assignment doesn't finish off the article. An article normally has to be created, improved, extended. There are review processes on Wikipedia that say if something gets badged as a good article or a featured article, so you can take things through this formal review process. As part of a review, they have to be illustrated. You have to illustrate things with appropriate photos or diagrams to illustrate the concept. And Wikipedia is massively multilingual, more than 280 languages, so hopefully if something's up to a good standard, it'll be translated. So you might have learners in one institution starting off an article about something that Wikipedia hasn't got. Somewhere else at a different level, they're improving it. And maybe postgraduates somewhere are taking it through a review process and getting it badged as featured article. And art and design students somewhere are creating diagrams to illustrate the concept, and language students somewhere else are translating that or using it as a case study of persuasive or descriptive language, or using that as an educational resource. And there's 5 million articles. So there's lots of educational things that can happen, waiting to happen in Wikipedia. And you'll be surprised at how much of what you read on Wikipedia was put there by students as part of their course, writing Wikipedia for course credit. You may have seen in reading for tonight, if you read about the dictator novel in Latin American literature, or about examples of dictator novels, you're reading the work of University of British Columbia students. If you read about concepts related to self-esteem, you're reading students from University of Southampton. If you read about Machinima, the digital art form, then you're probably reading the work of students at the University of Hull. And there's hundreds of these happen. So this isn't a proposal, this is something that's happening, involving hundreds of academics in dozens of countries, and happening now. And I'm going to be a bit anecdotal, but I just want to tell you a few things that have happened that are sort of particular to Wikipedia assignments. So this student enrolls at a graduate course in environmental management, and the first reading list she's given about the first topic, that was conservation. The course leader says, read the Wikipedia page, because the Wikipedia page about this topic is actually quite good. It's a good overview of this subject. And she says, I wrote this, because in the undergraduate course she'd just taken, in her last year, she'd been assigned and someone else to write that article. I expect that wouldn't normally happen. And so she was invited to be a guest lecturer for that course, because she'd written the key thing they were reading. A lot of the targets of Wikipedia assignments have been on political or social science topics. And this is the case of late 2010 or early 2011. Somebody was working on and asked about the main opposition party in Egypt. And that seemed a really obscure article. Who would be reading about that? And it was very low traffic. But he had been to Cairo and he wrote about this National Democratic Party. And then the Arab Spring happened. And suddenly people all over the world want a primer on the main opposition party in Egypt. What do they stand for? What's their history? And including journalists and politicians, they've got to know this. And they'll go to Wikipedia, which will be one of the top hits, maybe the top hit of that topic. And so they had 5,000 hits on this article in a day. And that's happened. We're seeing that's happening a lot, that the learners are getting more widely read than the academics who are teaching them. If you write a Wikipedia article about a popular topic, that's getting hundreds or thousands of hits a day. If you write a successful academic paper or academic book, you might get hundreds or thousands lifetime readership. So it is reaching lots of people. And you may have heard about Wikipedia that the demographics of the contributors skew very heavily male, and it's very much in the rich countries which have easy access to broadband. And it's more of a computer geeky kind of audience, people who are interested in computers and very hard sciences and the military. And that's a bit worrying in something that's supposed to be the sum of all human knowledge. But the educational assignments are redressing this somewhat. So actually, it's more women who are involved in editing Wikipedia because of educational assignments than men. And it's reaching topics that maybe the conventional volunteer editors would prioritise. So this is about the role women played in the Arab Spring, taking an active part in those in the Arab Spring, hoping that there would be an advance in women's rights. But the Arab Spring generally opened up more opportunity or gave more power to religious fundamentalists, and there was a step backwards for women's rights. But there's now a good overview of this topic on Wikipedia, thanks to someone being assigned to write about it at Rice University. There's many more of those things that don't happen in a normal educational setting. So being read by thousands of people, that doesn't normally happen. Normally you write an essay and you hand it into your course leader and it's marked. So your audience is one. Writing for Wikipedia is different. It will become the top Google hit for that topic. It will become what other people learn from. And maybe other people will criticise it and improve it, and their assignment will be to fix the problems with it, make it better. That's a good thing. If you're an educator, we have materials for you to explain how to do this, run these kind of assignments, how they link up with the learning goals you're trying to do. My colleague Fabian has these in sort of paper formats, but we have an online portal for loads of these case studies. And I would say it doesn't have to be just writing an article, it could be writing a how-to, or it could be creating educational materials for Wikiversity, or it could be not even words but done in a visual domain, like creating images to illustrate an article. Crucial to the success of these educational assignments, which mostly take place in formal education institutions in universities, but don't have to be. It doesn't have to be, in theory, an educational institution involved. It could be new kinds of structures. But they depend on ambassadors. So an ambassador could be an academic or related staff member, like a librarian or a graduate teaching assistant or student, or just a volunteer who's interested in the topic and has lots of books. And this could be done just from your computer, that you just see what the course is doing and kind of monitor it and give helpful feedback to the students and kind of make it a nice experience for them, but also keep them on track of making Wikipedia better. I just like this photo. This is from a training event in DC, because they've even reinterpreted their university's motto. But we're trying to do, so this is well established in North America. We're just starting to do this now, just starting to train people and get people appointed as campus ambassadors here in the UK. If you're a Wikipedian, we do everything in the open. So there's this page you can go to which lists all the courses, what institution they are, what articles they're targeting, what users are involved. And volunteer help as well. You can go, if you're interested in learning, it helps me learn psychology and behavioural economics, not just to write articles, but to see courses that are going and helping the monitoring what students are doing and giving them feedback. If you're not a Wikipedian, just dip your toe in the water. Just try making little edits. Just click on talk. Go to an article you're interested in and click on the talk button at the top. You see all the discussion about the article, how to improve it. If it's being reviewed, if its quality is being assessed, the controversies, weigh in. If you've got books or you know about something, weigh in. Learn about the policies. What does Wikipedia call a reliable source? Find that out, make sure you can explain it to someone else. If you really want to be formally involved, please be in touch with Wikimedia UK. Like I say, we're doing this, it's a small thing for now, trying to grow it steadily, but there will be a campus ambassador network in the UK, and this will be going on kind of under the radar. Academics have to adopt this and kind of not tell university authorities and go ahead with it. But it is happening. This is not an exercise. Thank you very much.